I'm recording this video for Mr. Rick Jitsu and others to view, but in particular for him in response to some of the creeks that we've hunted. This is that collection that I told you about that a friend of mine had found and I acquired a few years back. This is of course the finest material, or at least some of the finest material, and I've got other pieces scattered out in other frames. A lot of those are my personal finds too that I don't have here in this frame, but there are just a few that I want to show you that you might get a kick out of. There's one of the oldest points I own. It's a little Midland point. It even has a fluting nipple on the base. I wish my camera could focus better, but there's it's ground from the very base all the way up to almost the very tip of it, just like Midlands should have, or Folsoms even. And there is a flute an attempt at a flute where the flake kind of traveled up there mediocre, and it just looks like a dinky little pressure flake. But I've had a few people tell me it's Folsom, but it doesn't really matter. I consider Midland and Folsoms to be the same thing, one just fluted and the other not. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of this similar material with all your walking of those creeks too. And I've got a few other pieces right here handy to show. This is a blade my dad found back in the 80s, and it's one of the finest pieces we found. He found that in the winter, actually. He was wearing tennis shoes in a frozen creek and found that on the gravel bar. Super fine. That same winter he found this one doing the same thing. Real pretty. Pink Hopewell. This collection here, like I said, there are other points scattered around in my other frames, and here's another point that's from that area. A nice little afton. Super thin. And this is by far the finest drill I have seen in a long time. And this was found in a tributary to creek number 2 that you mentioned in your email. And I don't remember the length offhand, and I'm going to put it down. It just makes me nervous holding the thing. But that I would have liked to have entered into the competition a long time ago when we were talking about drills, or everybody was talking about drills, but I just don't have these frames on hand all the time. Here's a nice kind of Graham Cave Dalton drill type piece that was in a creek that you and I have not mentioned, but I mean it's from the same collection, same general area. In fact, a lot of these over here are too. But I just wanted to give you an overview of some of the material that I've got in my collection. I mean, it's all basically from the same general vicinity that you're talking about, but these right here in this frame in particular came from those places that we had discussed. Thanks for watching.